Have you ever met someone who just commands respect without even trying? They walk into a room, say a few words, and everyone listens. It's not about being the loudest or the most confident. There's something deeper going on. Today, we're breaking down the psychology tricks that can make anyone instantly respect you. And I'm not talking about manipulation or fake confidence. These are science-backed behaviors that trigger respect on a subconscious level. Stick around till the end because some of these are things you can apply today and people will literally start treating you differently. So first, let's get this straight. Respect isn't demanded, it's earned instantly through perception. According to a 2020 Harvard study, people form their first impressions of you within 7 seconds, and those impressions can take months to change. In those first moments, the brain subconsciously asks two questions. 1, can I trust this person? 2, can I respect this person? Trust is about warmth. Respect is about competence. And the key to earning both, fast, is balancing confidence with kindness. Too much confidence without warmth comes off as arrogance. Too much warmth without confidence comes off as insecurity. The sweet spot? Calm, composed, self-assurance. The power pause. One of the easiest ways to signal respect-worthiness is through pausing. Here's what most people do wrong. When they speak, they rush. They fill every silence with words because they're afraid of awkwardness. But confident people, they pause. They're comfortable with silence. Psychologically, when you pause before answering or before speaking, you send a signal that says, I'm not desperate for attention. I'm in control of the moment. It's called the power pause, and it's used by world leaders, CEOs, even top negotiators. Next time someone asks you a question, wait a second, breathe, then answer. You'll notice they start to lean in a little more. Trick number 2, the mirror of authority. Here's another one backed by social psychology. People respect those who subtly mirror them, but don't mimic them. Mirroring is when you reflect someone's tone, energy, or even body language, but in a subtle, natural way. For example, if someone's talking to you in a calm, measured tone, and you respond the same way, their brain perceives you as on their wavelength. But if you overdo it or copy every move, it comes off as weird. A Princeton study showed that mirroring increases feelings of trust and rapport by up to 47%. But the twist is, people respect those who mirror selectively. So don't just copy, lead the tone. Start by matching their vibe, then gradually guide it toward calm confidence. That's how you take control of the psychological dynamic. Trick number 3, eye contact. This one's classic, but it's still one of the most powerful. Eye contact. Too much, and you look intimidating or creepy. Too little, and you look nervous or submissive. The sweet spot is some psychologists call the 80-20 rule. Maintain eye contact about 80% of the time when listening and 20% when speaking. Why? Because when you're listening, eye contact shows attention and respect. But when you're talking, occasionally looking away signals that you're confident enough not to need constant validation. Here's a quick story. I once had a mentor who never broke eye contact when I spoke. He didn't interrupt, didn't glance at his phone, he just listened. I remember walking away from that conversation thinking, I have to step my game up. That's the power of focused presence. Trick number 4, speak with downward inflection. This one's subtle but extremely effective. It's how you end your sentences. People who end their sentences with a downward inflection sound certain. People who end with an upward inflection, as if they're asking a question, sound unsure, even when they're not. For example, unconfident, I think we could try this approach. Confident, I think we could try this approach. That single tonal shift changes how people perceive your authority. A UCLA communication study found that people who used downward inflection were rated as more competent and more trustworthy, even when they said the exact same words. So the next time you speak, imagine putting a period, not a question mark, at the end of your sentences. Trick number 5, use the respect posture. Body language communicates before you ever open your mouth. Stand tall, shoulders back, chin slightly up, not too high or you'll look arrogant, just enough to project awareness. But here's the real psychological hack. Own your space without shrinking or dominating. When you enter a room, don't rush to sit down. Don't cross your arms or clutch your phone. One experiment from Columbia University found that people who maintained open posture for just 2 minutes experienced a measurable increase in testosterone linked to confidence and a drop in cortisol linked to stress. So before that next big meeting or conversation, take a second to adjust your posture. It literally rewires how people perceive you. Trick number 6, the name pause technique. Everyone loves to hear their own name, It's one of the most powerful sounds in the world, but there's a right and wrong way to use it. If you overuse someone's name, it sounds forced or salesy. But if you use it strategically, it signals attention and respect. Try this. When someone says something important, acknowledge it with their name and a short pause. Like, Sarah. That's actually a really good point. That small pause gives emotional weight to their name. It makes them feel heard and validated, instantly earning you respect in return. Trick number 7, the power of underreaction. This one separates the truly respected from everyone else. When things get tense, someone disagrees with you, insults you, or tries to provoke you, the person who stays calm automatically gains psychological power. It's called the power of underreaction. When you don't flinch, people subconsciously see you as emotionally grounded. It's a dominance signal, not in a hostile way, but in a you can't shake me kind of way. Try this. The next time someone gets heated, lower your tone instead of raising it.